What is going on, guys? Welcome to Gregless TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. We've only got one story for you today. It's kind of a slow news day, but it came from a tweet from Ice Universe about the cameras on the Samsung Galaxy phones, and the tweet went like this. It says, "Dear Samsung mobile phone users, what do you think is the biggest problem with Samsung phone cameras?" And the same, before I even read it, I kind of expected what to see, because it's the same issue that I personally have. And most people wrote the same thing. And again, before I even read it, I was gonna say this myself, but I was like, you know what, just let me go in there open-minded, see what people are saying. And they agreed with me. Before we get into what their exact reason was, there were people on there that did complain about post-processing and over-sharpening. So that was probably like the second/third thing on there. I personally don't find the Samsung Galaxy phones to be really over-sharpened. I think Pixel phones seem more sharpened than that. So for me, I actually don't think over-sharpening is really much of a deal. I do think they do a lot of processing of the photo, but even when they process it, I generally, sometimes it's a little bit too bright, so I can see that. But you know, if you take control of the lighting on the camera settings by like moving that little light bar on your camera to the left so it goes down, you'll get some really nice photos that aren't over brightened. So I can understand where that, you know, over processing comes from, but for me it doesn't bother me all that much. But the main thing is, you would probably guess it, it's the shutter. You know, when you take a photo and you know, say the person's pretty much still, it takes like 1, 2, 3 seconds. When you look at the photo, sometimes it's like the person moved a little bit, or like it's slightly blurry because they just moved a little bit. I mention it all the time in my videos, where one of the things I don't like about Samsung Galaxy cameras is that when you take a photo of people, really it's people, especially kids, because kids do move a lot, it's like you get this ghosting effect. It's not a clear photo, you know, not every single time, but more often than not, to where it becomes a really nasty, annoying problem. And I don't generally always get that issue with Pixel phones or iPhones or any other phones I generally use for photography with my smartphones. But Samsung phones, I still do. I've been getting it for years now. I've been a big Samsung Galaxy fan since what, like the Note 2, Note 3 era. And then you think about where we are now, and it's like 10 years later, and we still have a lot of these same issues that I don't know why they haven't fixed. I don't know why they're not fixing it. I don't know why they're not making it a priority. It's strange. It's the same thing with like the fluidity of the operating system. It's just like a half a step or a step back versus competition. And those two things, like if they fixed those two things, in a way, it would literally, for me, probably be, and it still is, but it's the perfect smartphone, really. What I would want in a smartphone is those last two things that I can really, I mean, obviously faster charging and things, but like things that I would want Samsung to fix that have been a problem for a decade now, they still haven't fixed, and I don't get it. I truly don't get it. What do you think, guys? What do you think's the biggest problem with Samsung Galaxy cameras? Do you agree with me? Do you have another problem with them? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.